Okay, this is going to be an interesting flight. We're at the Golden Heart Ranch. And the Golden Heart Ranch was Sunny Skies Day Camp in 1980. The reason why this is significant, we're going back in time, is because I was at Sunny Skies Day Camp here, and this is where I kissed the black girl, which my family had supposedly the friend's father was in the band Devo, came in right after singing Whip It Good into shape. It's about cattle, obviously. Making up the lies that I conform to media, and I'm filled with anger and rage and have a problem with black people, and I'm a racist in their anger for their 8-year-old kissing a black girl. Okay, so other events, some of the fertilized eggs from a chicken, cracking it open in a little chicken embryo, falling into cooking while the teacher or whatever. This was sort of a camp in a special school. I think it was also T1 class. So they sort of took a small group of kids and put them in this special school. Okay, so these are supposed to be traumatic experiences that weren't traumatic experiences. However, the Perelman family is trying to cover up their hatred and the worldwide mobbing they've created, especially the worldwide No Relaxing for You Nigger campaign, because black people after this have been hunting and stalking me since 1980. Okay, so I was born in 72, so I'm guessing around 1980. Before the battery drains, let's take a flight here, and we are in a extremely lot of foliage and some power lines, and I don't know what we're going to see here. Um, I do remember this creek. I remember parking here and walking across this bridge. And then we're going to go to a field. Maybe this is why my family was working with Damon Riggins. Oh, we're having a little RC weirdo thing here going on. And okay, so we would park here, I believe, walk across the bridge. I believe this area was where the class was, and some cooking, and a little chicken embryo, and then I believe to the right, I'm sort of being cautious because this RC controller is acting a little squirrely today, I don't know why. There should be a little field, not like a football field, a grass field this way, which looks like it's a swimming pool or something now. I believe this swimming pool was a field. Unless this was the field. And I kind of want to stay high because the reception's a little weirdo here. Okay, so it was either this field here or where the swimming pool was, but I could swear it was sort of where the swimming pool thing was. And this is where I would be. Who cares? It's so trivial. Kissing a black girl, and this is the end of the world. The Earth has stopped rotating. We are off Canaan Road, from Agoura, the 101 freeway, Agoura, California, off Canaan Road. And this is Triunfo Canyon, and this is what was Sunny Skies Day Camp in 1980. It is now Golden Heart. What is it called? Golden Heart something camp or whatever. I don't think it's camp. I'm not sure. I got a little creek here. Let's see if we can sort of come down a little. We got a creek. And hey, it seemed much bigger 40 years ago, right? Okay, so and we have shitty reception from all the trees. Okay. So I believe, I don't remember a swimming pool or anything here. I remember this area and this being a big grass field. And did they have horses up here? I can't remember. And I don't know what this thing is to the right, but let's stick within here. And I remember we used to come up this way a little to do something, you know, some of the class or camp things. And that's it. So, you know, it's not very big. It's not very exciting. This is where our classroom would be. There used to be a thing with chickens running around and a thing. And that's where we got the eggs to cook with, right? And, okay, so they put, I think they sort of, now being older, I think my family wanted to put me in a environment where they could watch and monitor and test. Okay, why is my gimbal doing this automatic down thing here? Um, automatic test. I think they wanted to monitor and do behavioral testing types of, let's see how we can prod and poke him and see how he reacts to try to manufacture reactions, and because we think he's crazy, right? And it's still going on today at 53, turning 54. Okay, so we are having complete reception nightmare, and my radio is acting really strange for some reason. I think it needs to be calibrated. Okay, so that's really it. That's not very exciting. So, you know, mate, let's cruise around the area here, since I don't really have too much to say about it. My family has made it the end of the world. That's clearly obvious. Um, and it's actually very pretty when you're not watching a planet of people stalk you, right? Um, and we're in a little reception nightmare here. So I believe this will be the classroom, the camp, whatever you want to call it. This is where this is where the band Devo would have played. Um, Supposedly the kid's father, one of the students or camp member, whatever you want to call it, father. And that's it. So you can see it's a very controlled environment if you understand where I'm going with that. Not much is happening here. You're not met with hundreds of students. Taken out of, I believe, Round Meadow Elementary School by Hidden Hills. Okay, and I'm sort of having a timeline gap in my brain because I went to Sunny Skies day camp, but I also went T1 class, and I think I was sort of there like twice, if that makes sense, right? And then later on, I went to Camp JCA, where they had us get all up on stage and do a skit to Ants in His Pants, and they had a giant paper stand-up of a jeans where we all walked through the zipper. Okay, so anyways, as my battery's starting to get low here, and well, I guess we can fly around a little. I'm sort of want to land just because of the reception nightmare. Let's take one last gamber. So this video here is more of a history. Ants in His Pants. That was Camp JCA. Would be Sunny Skies Day Camp or Golden Heart something. Let's take a gander at the things I never have time to look at. Is how pretty it is around here. It's actually pretty gorgeous from an aerial view. Um, and you get some really good photography here during magic hour, sunset, and or sunrise, and with some cool lighting. And that's where the battery's starting to get low, so let's bring her home. So okay, so that would be Sunny Skies Day Camp, or ooh, hey, yeah, I know, Sunny Skies Day Camp, or well, let's get the signage as the battery's getting low. Golden Heart Ranch. That's interesting. For filming information, reel to reel, Golden Heart Ranch. And that is it.